Welcome back to Home Video, this is James. So today we're having a look at the two-player couch co-op video game, Spiritfarer.
Oh, I got it, James. Hang on. There you go.
Oh, thanks Gabrielle. So, alright, we'll just keep going then. Oh, sorry. Okay. Welcome back to Home Video, this is James. So today we're having a look at the two-player couch co-op video game, Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer is an indie management simulator and a sandbox action game. The story is about Stella. She is a Spiritfarer and her job is to ferry spirits of the deceased to the afterlife.
Hey, James.
Hey Becky, you ready to play? Yeah, so we've got Becky in today. We've actually played this before. It's a two-player co-op couch co-op.
Couch co-op.
Couch co-op. So we're going to let you know if we think it's worth playing, if it's any good, and a little bit of an insight into the game itself. So you ready to do this, Becky?
Yes, I'm excited.
Alright, let's play Spiritfarer.
Oh no, I don't want to
Okay,
do.
sorry.
Yeah.
So you get to play Daffodil, the cat, or what's Stella is the main. So one person. Oh, wait, you gotta wait for me. So one person plays as Stella. So I'm Stella.
Do you remember
And
how?
Becky's the cat.
Do you remember how I made her fur pink last time?
I'm not sure. When you get off on the islands, the point of it is to search the area, try and look for objects or things that you might need that you can bring back to the ship. Talk to some of the people on the islands. You might be mining for ore or for copper, minerals and things like that you can use back on the ship to create and build. So throughout the course of the game you'll encounter these characters and some of them come back to the ship with you and they become residents of the ship. And your job, is to feed them, make sure they stay warm and safe. A lot of the time Becky would be in the kitchen. I know that's a little bit, sounds a little bit stereotypical, but
Well, it wouldn't just be in the kitchen. You have to set up
you
your
have,
little garden.
you have an oven.
Yeah. Well, you have a kitchen, but then you also have to set up like little gardens where you can grow your crops. Remember?
Grow the crops and things that you could use to cook food.
Yeah, and then you're pulling. So there's a lot more to it than just sitting in a kitchen all day.
Yeah, well, a lot of the time Becky would be doing that while I would be going off, melting irons and things like that, and actually doing the hard labour stuff to create extra living space for.
But the whole purpose of the game is to keep, your friends on the ship alive and fed. So.
Yeah, so it is it's a two-player couch co-op, and it is. I haven't played the one-player, but we've just done the two-player. Yeah. There is a bit of dialogue that you have to go through. Sometimes you just find yourself quickly skim reading or moving on fast, but there is a storyline that is quite involved that goes along with it. So it's one of those things where do you skip or do you move along? And I started skipping, but I found myself being drawn to the story because it is quite a personal story about the afterlife. And with the making of the game, the director actually spent a month at an end of care facility to just hear about people close to the end of it. Yeah, and then put that into the game, and also got personal letters from the staff on their life experiences and things like that they put into the game.
The thing I really like about it is that you can both do your own thing and the screen just keeps pulling out so that you can keep doing your own thing.
Yeah, it's a shared screen.
Yeah. It's not like a split, shared screen.
Yeah.
Make it.
Well,
I'm just waiting for you. You're trying to get back to him?
Yeah.
So you go up, up, up.
That's the one. There you go.
Oh,
Right.
so you just didn't skip through enough.
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes you'll have to finish the conversation with a person that you've met in order to move the game along. So if you get stuck, that's why. The artistic design is actually quite uplifting, and the music as well It gives you quite a relaxing feel. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's actually balanced quite nicely in terms of the way the characters interact with each other.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have to like not only feed them but show them affection and.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just
Personal
had to
connection.
give her a hug. Yeah.
So he's telling us now we have to meet Albert at the shipyard. He says you should meet at Albert's shipyard. So follow the clues and you won't get lost. Sometimes the skip scenes, you might not want to skip them because they're telling you vital information. So it works well in that way, and the fact that they're not just talking crap. There actually is vital information going on within all the talk. So yeah, he repeated the fact that we had to go to Albert's shipyard. So bit of spoon feeding to begin with, but as it goes along, it leaves it up to you. So now we enter in here.
Oh, I can't get in.
Oh, I'm actually in there. And then this thing here is your map. So this is where you can basically travel to all different places, and new parts of the map will be unlocked as you venture about into the open seas. So as you can see now, we want to go to Albert's shipyard. So we track a route for there, and now you can see up here, that's how long it will take you. Once this reaches here, you'll be at Albert's. So in the meantime, you go about seeing if any of the inmates need food, need a bit of warmth, need a hug, just things like that, like a management thing. And as it goes along, your ship gets bigger and bigger, you get more characters. Yeah, so now Daffodil's fishing, so the cat's fishing now, and you might find mackerel, you might find salmon, and that'll go into your inventory for when Beccy goes to cook, and she can choose from there to make different dishes. Certain characters might like what was it, bombolays or bombolays, or some characters might like salad or spaghetti, popcorn, and you have to find the right ingredients to make that dish for them. But it's quite interesting. Each character is quite unique, and you do have to find out what they want, what they like, and go about trying to make that happen for them. And it is nice to look at. I mean, so Daffodil's in, Stell's in, as you move closer in, the camera just automatically goes into you. So everything's smooth, it's very tranquil, the music's nice and relaxing.
It's very cozy.
Yeah. And like I said, as the game goes along, the story gets quite involved, and it is quite sad at times, but quite uplifting at the same time. Oh, there we go, it shows you. So, discovered Albert's shipyard.
This is the bit where James does all the hard work, all the investigating, all the clues, and I just mess around collecting.
Yeah, you just wander about.
Bits and bobs, really.
Okay, so down into the boat. Yep. And press X to, or whatever platform you're on, I'm not sure. So Albert's the guy you go to when you want upgrades on your ship, and you'll find you want to get back and get as many upgrades to the ship as possible, because that will help you further more into the game. Some parts of the game you won't be able to further on unless you have your ship upgraded. So it is one of those games where you start off and you might think that not much is happening to begin with.
Yeah.
But once you get into it, it is actually quite enjoyable and quite fun, quite relaxing.
And I think the more people you have on your ship, the more you're kind of running around and doing this task and this task.
And constantly doing lots of different things, just to keep the ship going and keep everyone happy.
And I find that like when it turns to nighttime, everyone's fed, everyone's safe in their house, and you can just chill, relax for 5 minutes. I like that. You feel very accomplished.
Yeah, and a lot of the times you run into storms and you have to catch all these glims, that's what they're called, that will come down, and the more of those you can collect, the more you can use them to spend on things.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
Yeah, that was more your job though.
Yeah. So after you go on to Albert's, you've got your blueprint, and then you come up here, and this thing here, click on that, and this is where you can upgrade your ship. So we're setting a new course.
That used to piss me off every time I'd be in the middle of a task. Like, you remember how you have to wait for your food to cook, and if you don't take it out on time it burns? And just when I had to take it out, he would jump to maps, but the timer would keep going, so I couldn't access the oven. Do you remember you used to do that? I used to get so angry.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes that's the thing. You have to go into that little place,
Yeah.
set a new location. And unless you do that, you can't move on. And then I'd have to wait for you to finish cooking your meal, or to say, "Do you mind if I go set her out?"
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you just
You
gotta
do
let
have
me...
to communicate, otherwise you can
Yeah.
really get annoyed at each other.
Yeah, you do have to. So that's the way things go with the game. Obviously, there's a bit more to it, but as you go along, like I said, you enhance your boat. More people come along. It's quite fun. The stories that they tell you. It's quite an emotional experience. I really enjoyed it. How many stars would you give it?
For me, I would say 5 stars because I don't really enjoy many video games, and when there is one that I enjoy, it's super rare that I would like play it to the end.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, it was so much fun.
I'd give it 4 stars.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's a game where there's no real antagonist. You're not fighting off bad guys or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
quite a relaxing, enjoyable, peaceful, tranquil game.
Yeah.
Alright guys, well thanks for tuning into that. Kind of game that you can just pick up, continue where you left off. Sit down for a couple of hours, come back to it. It's quite a large game. I think it's between 30 to 50 hours plus if you want to finish everything off. But nonetheless, it's a great game. I think it's a great game.
Super fun, yeah.
So look guys, leave a comment. Let us know if there's any good 2-player couch co-ops that are like Spiritfarer, because it is hard to find nowadays, trying to find good 2-player couch co-ops.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interested to know if you know of any. Let us know in the comments below. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. This is James signing off.
And Becky signing off?
Yeah, Becky signing off.
Sorry, I can try again.
No, that's fine.
Sure.
Yeah. There's James and Becky signing off from the Home Video channel.